Greetings and salutations, my fellow DMs, GMs, referees, judges, game operation directors, and all the other varieties of storytellers. This is your DM, Bill, and it's time for another DM Quick Tip. And we're once again talking about catering to your players, and this time it's the optimizers. From the first inception of tabletop RPGs, there have been players who strive to make an absolute most effective character statistically possible, wringing out every advantage the rules have to offer, creating combinations of skills and powers and the bonuses granted by character backgrounds and stats no other player can conceivably fathom. May the gods new and old bless each and every one of these players. You as a storyteller should thank a player who can push you into a corner, desperately looking for a way to salvage the storyline or plot. Finding the resolutions to the challenges this player style will present is how you can become a better storyteller. Now that we may have overinflated the self-image of any of the optimizers that may be listening in, how do we give them the environment to flex and grow without jeopardizing the storyline or discouraging the other players? First, you need to identify where the player's inspiration is for their character. It can make a small difference in how you proceed and present the opportunities for the player, in turn, the character. We all, as gamers and storytellers alike, to a degree, use role-playing games to escape from the pressures and confusion that assaults us from just trying to get from day to day. Keeping this in mind, you can at times find yourself in the position of impromptu therapist, or more accurately, just a provider of a therapeutic environment. Now, this is not exclusive to the optimizer, but all player styles. But my experience has shown this style does lend itself a bit more than most. Take that into consideration. Not all optimizers are in need of your special care or advice. Some just want the best they can possibly be. No matter. Let's see what we can do. Here's a couple examples of what I'm referring to. So does your optimizer need to be the best, driven by the challenge to rise and be recognized, perhaps fueled by the perceived lack of accomplishment as the adventure proceeds? Maybe it's even a projection of what's going on in everyday life. As you set up for this player, remember, a touch of occasional validation during the scenario and incremental accomplishments may serve best. Or is the player already in a position of leadership, and this is how they approach all things during everyday interaction? The expectation that it takes time and investment to get to completion. Interject constant roadblocks to overcome and challenge the player character with a grand reveal upon completion. Now, how do we write for these guys and gals? Well, when the characters were built, there was an obvious direction in the build, whether it was for strength for combat, dexterity with stealth as the target, or even intellect to assist in the use of magic. With the stats or characteristics available, this is where the player character saw the greatest potential for that character. When conjuring encounters, keep those player characters' directions in mind. Now use the other players' backgrounds and skill bases as a way to make the optimizer's objectives possible. Without the help of the other player characters, your optimizer will not be able to reach their goals, and make it obvious to everyone that cooperation is the only way. This will keep the optimizer from running away with the storyline and keep the rest of the other table constantly involved. Have a conclusion revolve around the optimizer's skill set. They're looking for that big find of treasure behind the locked secret door, or the killing blow delivered to the big bad at the end of the epic battle, or even conjuring the perfect spell during a duel with the evil mage to finish the encounter. That's justification for the character's existence and the player being there at the game. Just remember to give them their shining moment of glory in the spotlight, and you'll have a happy optimizer. And that's just this old man's point of view. This is DM Bill. See you next time in the dojo.